So welcome back to Outdoors with the Morgans. I am sitting here in Mount Joy, Pennsylvania. We are about 4 hours from home. Yesterday, Melissa and I left about 6 in the morning. We drove out here to Messick's Equipment, their Mount Joy location. They have a couple different locations, but this is like their hub. This is the real big one. And they had a open house this entire week. Yesterday, we had like a meet and greet here. We had a Q&A session. It was a really good time. There's a ton of people came out. We were busy talking to people all day long, so I didn't have a chance to really video much. But this morning, Melissa's getting ready over at the hotel. I ran over here to kind of check the place out a little bit because yesterday I didn't have much time to do anything. So we're gonna look at some equipment here real quick and check the place out. And then I'm gonna go pick Melissa up. And I think we're gonna head to Gettysburg and kind of work our way back home. My father was a big Civil War collector. He passed away around 10 years ago. And it was kind of funny because every time we would go on vacation as a child, we would swing by Gettysburg on the way home. And I was like 10 years old, and I knew, you know, from Niagara Falls to our house, Gettysburg was not on the way, but we always found a way to swing by Gettysburg. But I've been there a lot of times, haven't been there for 4 or 5 years, but I recommend it. This time of year is not great because it's cold. I mean, it's about 15 degrees and windy right now. But we're out here in the area, so we figure we'll swing by Gettysburg and then we'll make our way home. So let's go inside here. I'll show you around Messick's here just a bit, then we'll go pick up Melissa. So I'm here with Neil Messick. You probably recognize the face, but we're both kind of worn out, aren't we, Neil?
We are worn out. Today was way beyond my expectations. I'll say that for sure. I can't imagine what it's like for you to go to this kind of stuff. And goodness, you had a line from the time you stepped in the door.
Yeah, we had a lot of people, a lot of nice people. I was talking about it quite a bit that we would be out here, and we do this 3 or 4, different places a year. And but I haven't seen any of your facility yet, so I came over here first thing this morning, but Neil just started showing me around. Yeah, it's quite a place, and everything is just, we'll take you around, show you around a little bit, but the way everything's laid out and flows, a lot of thought put into it. It wasn't always like this, was it?
Yeah, it's super happy that we can do a clean slate approach to this, right? Because usually, especially with our other locations, right, we're working with existing buildings or facilities that weren't made for us, right? And in the case of this place, we designed it from the ground up with a lot of people, right? It takes a lot of help and a lot of minds in something like this.
How long have you been moved into here?
Like 5 weeks.
5 weeks.
Yeah, it's like moving your own house times 10. It's kind of awful.
Yeah. What are all the books here, Neil?
So we're standing in the library right now. It's all of our service technicians carry laptops and stuff, but there's kind of no substitute for the good old school books. So there's a lot of things in here that are just, one, easier to use. They're better reference material than pulling out a laptop and trying to look at things on a screen. But also, we've been doing this for decades, so there's some books back in here from the 50s and 60s and stuff that just have never been digitized. So when we go to work on an old piece of equipment, we have all that reference material.
Nice.
But these books are actually somewhere in the neighborhood of, say, $300 to $500 per binder that you see sitting on the shelf here. So it is important to us that this is stored and tracked and archived and cared for. And
right. Very nice. Are we ready to move on?
Let's go. So a lot of people think of us as, I do Kubota, a lot of Kubota on YouTube, right? Because that is my job. That's what I know best. But one thing I struggle with in the YouTube world is Messick's as a company is not just small tractors. Right. So combines, forage harvesters, big sprayers. We work on a lot of big equipment, a lot of hay equipment. Little frustrating for me sometimes looking for like YouTube. You understand. You're looking for views and stuff off of your videos, right? Man, I can crank out Kubota BX videos and get 40, 50,000 views on every one of them, but as soon as I roll out a hay baler, nobody cares.
Yeah.
But that is who Messick's is.
Right.
So
big farm country out here. It really is compared to where I live in Western PA.
Right. This is Lancaster County, Pennsylvania, right? So we're farm tourism here too as well. A lot of Amish farms around here, a lot of acreage. And we reach pretty far. When we get into this bigger equipment, we have customers down into the Carolinas and up into New York, and we have service technicians staying in hotels and stuff in order to support this kind of stuff. So we have a lot of reach with big machinery.
Right.
You know, we all know how hard it is to hire right now, right?
Yeah.
So there's a lot of niceties in here. There's a place to take a shower, a place to change your clothes, because we want the best technicians to come work here. Mm-hmm. This would be all like tire changers, presses, a welding and fabrication room back in over here. Just all the tools that we kind of share across all of these people. All that Maserati blue. But yeah, 435 horsepower. We sell bigger stuff than this yet too, but this is the upper end for what's kind of normal for us. But
yeah,
most people wouldn't expect, but like we joke, we make less money selling a tractor like this than we would say a skid steer.
Really?
Right. When you're selling big ag like this, you're giving away the equipment and really not making any margin on it in order to try to win the parts and service work and maybe the implements that go behind it and that kind of stuff. So we don't really make much in terms of margin on big equipment like that.
Yeah, I need something like this to clean things up.
I have not pulled my car in here yet, but I totally intend to.
Yeah, it's like 15 degrees out right now. It's about 75 in here.
And you notice the floor's wet, right?
Yeah.
So we wash equipment year round, right? If a muddy piece of machinery comes in here and we're going to work on it, we need to be able to clean it up. So we would have washed outside previously, but this is a much nicer environment to work in. And OSHA also doesn't like us, you know, pressure washing on the ladder. Yeah. Right? So there's catwalks and stuff so we can get up in the big equipment. So I got empty shelves, right, because we're not totally moved in here yet, but there's 220,000 of these bin locations. And our goal is that when you go, so most of the parts go in these cardboard boxes. So the goal is when you pull one of these cardboard boxes out that there's only one part number in here, right? Our old bidding system was so full that we were putting 3 and 4 part numbers in one box. And being a really seasonal business, everybody's kids work here. So we ask a high schooler to go out and pull parts out of the bin, and they don't know the difference between a filter and a bearing, right? So if we can get to the point that we have one part in the bin, when they pull it out, they're not going to pull it. Right.
How many? You told me how many shelving? How much shelves do you have?
3 miles.
3 miles if you lined it.
3 miles of shelving. Now we don't need 3 miles of shelving. There's load-bearing shelving and shelving in here in some places because it's a big system.
Yeah.
But yeah, we'll fill out a lot.
Yeah.
And yeah. Yeah.
Well, Neil and I just got back from our tour. It's an incredible facility. It is very, very impressive what you have here, and I appreciate the invite. We had a good time yesterday. I think Melissa and I are going to head over to Gettysburg next. Yeah. But it was nice seeing what you guys do, and
thanks for coming. It's after all the tours and stuff that we do with this place, the only thing I can say at the end is thank you, right? I mean, this doesn't get pulled off without like a huge group of supportive customers and an awesome staff that helps back this up. You know, family business, right? We kind of risk our livelihoods by doing this kind of stuff. And
how many employees work out of this facility?
170 people that
right here. Yeah. That's amazing.
Yeah.
Very well organized, nicely done. I can't believe you got this all built in a year.
Neither can we.
Yeah. Well, thanks, Neil.
Thanks, Mike.
Well, as you can tell from the sun, we are headed west. We're on our way home.
On the road again.
On the road again. We had a nice
great weekend.
Time at Messick's.
Yeah. Thanks so much for coming out to see us. It was great to see all of you.
We left the house about 33 hours ago, so Hasn't been a long, maybe a little longer than that, but it's been a nice trip going to Messick's, meeting everybody.
Nice getaway.
And then today we went to Gettysburg, and we didn't go see a whole lot of stuff, but we did go to the visitor center, which I would highly recommend.
Highly recommend it. Yeah, you can do the tour. It gives you, they put you into a little movie theater, show you a great film narrated by Morgan Freeman, and then you get funneled into the museum part.
Yeah, and it was really neat, and a lot of history in that area.
They have an oil painting done of the Civil War that goes the whole way around, and if many of you have done this, you'll know what I'm talking about. They said it's the largest oil painting.
Yeah, it's 40 feet high, 350 or 370 feet long.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and you stand like up on this thing, and it's all around you, and kind of goes through the whole Battle of Gettysburg. But yeah, it was pretty cool. But we're looking forward to getting home. This is kind of a different video than what you're used to, kind of all over the place. But once again, I want to thank everyone that came out to say hi. It was really, really nice of you, and we had a good time. And we talked to a lot of people yesterday. Like when I was talking to Neil this morning at Messick's, he couldn't believe how many people they had, and they're just exhausted. Matter of fact, we are too. It's just traveling and being on the road, talking to people and all that stuff. We're ready to go home. It was a great weekend, and it's not even half over yet, really. So
Archie misses us.
Yeah, Archie misses us.
Piper's doing well, and Rue, I'm sure Rue misses us too.
A lot of people asked about Eva, and we appreciate that. She's doing fantastic.
She is.
Matter of fact, she's trying to make plans to go somewhere tonight, but we said, no, we're not home yet, so you can just stick around till we get there. So, but that's about it. Since we started talking, you can see the sun. It's just about over the hill there. So, like we always say, if you enjoy these videos, please hit the like button, click subscribe.
Share them with your friends.